Auburn that's going to be tested. They're more of an 8-player rotation type team right now.
14 NCAA tournaments for Kelly Graves. The last 3 years, Larry Vickers took Norfolk State to the NCAA tournament. Coach Graves has taken 3 different teams to the big dance, including the Oregon Ducks. And we are underway from Neville Arena. Thanks very much for making us a part of your day. Let's have some fun. A little SEC against the Big Ten.
Auburn right off the bat showing some patience offensively, getting into a 5-pass offense, spreading out the Oregon defense.
Oregon wants to push the tempo, and there is Duhan. We talked about her in the open. We talked about her defense, but she showed a little offensive prowess there on that move to the basket.
Anything Duhan can give you offensively is a plus for this Auburn team. They're going to do a lot of screens on the ball, but the space and pace of their offense will be the key.
Petticord drew the foul, and then off the screen lost Sophia Bell. And Bell knocks down the jumper to get Oregon on the board and tie the game a minute in. Dangerous pass, but it's over there to Jamia Harris. Auburn reset the offense. Ariel Jackson, who's been good from 3 over the last couple of ball games, finds Petticord. And
when this young lady goes to the foul line, there's none better.
It's Fiso who picks up her first. Mentioned the free throw shooting, 17 for 17 coming in. This Oregon team has been on the road for a week. Both teams played in Frisco, Texas, as Duhan gets a hand on the pass, knocks it out of bounds.
Both in the tournament, but I guess in separate divisions.
Yep. 6 to shoot. And Fiso, left alone, drains the 3. You give Fiso that shot.
But you asked about the tempo of the game. The tempo will start with the defensive pressure and those quarter-court defenses.
Petticord forced it up there through 2 defenders, couldn't get it to go. Oregon the ball in a 1-point lead. On the inside. Tough move. It's up and it's good. Auburn forces 22 and a half. Now you can see the zone look. The wide stance and another turnover. The second turnover committed by Auburn. Fiso had it knocked away by Duhan. No numbers for Auburn. We'll see if Harris pulls it out. Instead, she'll kick it out. And Hadi Lay with the rebound and a second opportunity for Auburn. And she got it to go on the putback. Second chance opportunities. We don't know how many of them we'll see.
You've got to watch her range in her first step.
Fiso missed the jumper, its last touch. 1-point game near the midpoint of the first quarter. Both teams trying to feel each other out a little bit. Oregon about 50-50 man in zone. Petticord the step through and the finish. Maya Petticord with 4 early.
Petticord does a great job with that Euro step. She comes in, takes a hard dribble, a jump stop, and you think she's finished. And then all of a sudden, she takes the Euro step.
Tigers the ball in a 1-point lead. Oregon back to the zone.
Ariel Jackson has been the top scorer for this Auburn team the last 2 ball games, so she's definitely needed on the floor in terms of looking and creating shots for herself.
In the 2 games in Frisco for Jackson, there is Coulibaly with the floater, got it to go off the heel.
We talked about points in the paint. Coulibaly off the dribble.
Inside, 1-on-1 against Lay. It's up with the left hand, and it's good for Etute, averaging 6 points and 6 rebounds a game. 1-point ball game. 3 against the zone. No good for Auburn. 1 and done. Here come the Ducks. No numbers, so they'll slow it down. Perhaps. No, Jacobs will hit the accelerator and get it to go. Wild shot by Jacobs. She got it to go, and Oregon vaults back in front. 3rd against Oregon here in the first quarter. Not a lot of stoppages so far. The spin, Coulibaly with the right hand. My goodness. Now back into Fiso's hands. Shot clock down to 2. It's knocked away and out of bounds. With 0.3 of a second, you got to think you look inside. Something as close as possible. Nope, they're looking long range. And that's a shot clock violation there.
5 players on the floor were left to a challenge.
Into the corner for Coulibaly. Got around 2 defenders. Contact on the way up, but a clean block. And now Oregon on the drive. Fiso got it to go. Fiso with 5 points here in the first quarter.
You look at Fiso and her creativity offensively, but her basketball IQ. And once again, if I'm not in there working for the ball and you're not looking for me, what's the advantage?
Really, All right, on the drive to the bucket, won't go. And Koulibaly does not get it off in time. She also turned it over a couple of times in the first quarter. It's the half-court defense of Oregon. We'll talk about that a little more as we get into it. Ducks have the ball to start the second quarter and a 1-point lead.
We talked about the bench of Oregon, but I don't see Fiso coming out of this game at all. She's such an important part of what they do offensively.
And she finds Etute for the pull-up jumper at the foul line. A good set feet shot for the sophomore from Luxembourg. Petticord with 4 points in the first quarter for the Tigers.
Well, right now you've got to look for Petticord to score. With her being at the point guard position, I'm concerned about her ability to be effective.
Step through by Beoso with the shot clock winding down. She scores it. Answer, left side, 3 short, but the first offensive rebound of the game for Oregon. And a drive and an offensive foul. The third offensive foul against Oregon here in the first half. Nia Harris drew it on Kane. And now Auburn a chance to reclaim the lead.
Auburn trying to screen for Petticord right now, which is a good technique. Doesn't matter if it's a zone or man for man. If you can put yourself in a position to break down a defense.
Petticord, open look, wouldn't go, but a rebound for Beoso, who puts it back up and in. Beoso, a spark offensively off the bench here in the second.
The area to rebound the ball and then knock it down.
Oregon, one and done for the Ducks as Muhammad missed. And here is Petticord trying to get around the defender. The baseline pass knocked out of bounds.
We're talking about tempo of this game. It's starting to be offensively on these rebounds. Both teams are running the floor and taking quick shots.
12-8 edge in rebounding for the home team. Koulibaly off the dribble. Into the corner. Beoso had it knocked away, but fortunate bounce. She got it back. Shot clock again down to 5. Auburn has really run the shot clock down, and Beoso got it to go again. My goodness.
Unusual drive on the baseline and kiss off the backboard. It was just, I know I'm getting hits. Let me throw this ball up and see if I can score. They're not using any screens. They're once they catch that ball, they're trying to get that quick step to the basket and break down the defense.
Man-to-man defense for Auburn. Fiso nearly lost it going up, and the jumper right side won't go. And there's a defensive board for Jackson. Auburn continues to dominate the rebounding category.
Well, it's one shot for this Oregon team and one shot and one rebound for the defense. Auburn doing a great job of taking care of and protecting that ball off the glass.
Beoso with a season-high 7 points, all here in the second quarter. She's got it now. That's a heat check for a dribble drive team, but she had it blocked. Good defense by Oregon. Here come the Ducks on the run. Fiso, beautiful bounce pass for Jacobs. What a look.
You just are amazed at her awareness, handling the ball, her vision, and then getting it to teammates.
Beoso!
She's coming up looking for a shot. She's trying to be creative, rebounding the ball, and finding a way to score.
Quickly to the bucket. Fiso just a little bit too strong. Shot was affected at the last moment by Harris. 13th rebound for Auburn. A drive. Koulibaly. And a timeout.
But Jacobs takes her to the outside rather than taking her to the inside.
Fiso to Jacobs, knocked away. Duhan anticipated it. She knew what was coming. That's another steal for Duhan. It's her third of the game already. She had 7, which is a career high Wednesday against Cal for this Auburn team. Right. Auburn has wins against Rutgers and Cal already in the pregame or in the pre-conference portion of the schedule. Tigers by 7. Koulibaly gets rid of it. Beoso, will she try again? 1 on the shot clock. Duhan has to put it up at the buzzer. little bit of a rush shot there with the shot clock winding down, and Oregon all the way in, nearly fell for Williams. Williams at the line.
And this Oregon team from the line is shooting, 83% as a team.
5 points and a rebound per game, freshman.
Oregon showing some man pressure now rather than that 1-2-2 zone.
Auburn the ball in a 5-point lead. Patient offensively in the half-court set. Shot clock under 10. Duhan from the corner. Caitlin Duhan doesn't shoot many from out there. So now Ducks a chance to get a little bit closer off the window. Boy, that's a tough shot.
And Long down from her knee, she shot that one, but
again, the shot clock down to 8. The drive with 2 all the way to the basket. She just got by the defender. Mia Harris just used her quickness there. First points of the game for Harris. Right side 3 around and out, no good for Williams. And here's Auburn. Petticord was behind the defense, and there's a foul from behind by Williams.
And with 3 seconds to go on the shot clock, instead of taking a step, well, the first dribble, if Auburn offensively beats you on the first dribble as I'm a defender, then I'm making a defensive mistake.
Petticord, her first miss of the season.
When they don't have the numbers, they try to get back and get into a court set.
Jacobs quick pass inside and a foul. Reach in by Lay.
When you talk about substitutions, I had mentioned Oregon having a bench. Well, Auburn is playing 9 ball players now with a pretty good flow.
And Tahina had her shot blocked by Clara Koulibaly. Harasoon Koulibaly with the aggressive move to the bucket. She's fouled by Etute.
When she gets into crowd, her footwork is outstanding to keep that speed up and just attack the defender and draw fouls. She definitely does not play like a freshman. Her instincts offensively, her ability to handle the ball, and the way she defends.
Couldn't get the second one to go, and Oregon tries to cut into a 10-point deficit as we approach the 1-minute mark in the first half. And there's the steal, just an ill-advised pass. Bayoso standing right there in the passing lane. And the look and the finish underneath to Koulibaly. And Coach Graves frustrated as Auburn builds a 12-point lead. Left wing 3, open, no. Offensive rebound and putback is good for Etute. She's got 6.
Just quick hands and quick feet by every member of this Auburn team. Defensively,
15-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Tigers by 9. And Koulibaly had it go off of her hands. That is just the 6th turnover.
Auburn has 4 offensive rebounds, which is turned into baskets. And Oregon's missing Fiso up on top to handle the ball.
Closing seconds, the shot forced up by Jacobs, and nobody touches it. So that's how the first half comes to a close. In the first half, that third note, points off turnovers. Both these teams came in forcing a lot of turnovers. It was Auburn with a 10-0 edge in points off turnovers. They're a really good offensive set out of the first half-court set of the quarter, but Bell was just a little too strong with the first shot. They got the shot they wanted there coming out of the halftime break.
Well, it'll be interesting to see the adjustments that Oregon is going to make now because of Auburn switching defense. You can have an opportunity with your size to get some shots down low, but they opted to be a perimeter shooting team.
And Petticord drains the 3 to start things in the third quarter for Auburn. Petticord with 8 now for the Tigers.
And if Petticord finds a range for this Auburn team on a perimeter, difficulty for Oregon to find a way to slow them down.
She had been a little quieter over the last couple of weeks, but connected on that look straight away. So Auburn's lead is 12, its largest to the ball game.
First 4 minutes for this Oregon team is important.
Duhan, the drive, the finish, and the foul. And Caitlin Duhan will go to the line to try and complete the three-point
of her ability.
7 points for Duhan. It'll stay at 7. There you saw 3 perimeter passes. It went from the corner to the wing, back to the top, and then the drive. You get that defense moving more.
When you mentioned 3 or 4 passes, when you have a team that can have a 3 to 5 pass offense, it puts the defense in a defensive decision mode where who covers the ball, who gives help, who's in the gap, who rebounds it, and it puts that pressure where if you're 1 or 2 pass offense, there's no decision making. I'm going to be in the paint. I'm going to rebound the shot you're going to miss.
There's Fiso, the creator, offensively all the way to the rack.
Closer to my body, or I'm picking it up and passing it because she has that sense and those quick hands and quick feet.
And now a foul. They followed the scouting report. They know that if you can get the ball out of her hands, force her to turn it over, you're going to limit Oregon's offensive chance.
She's going to take chances, and she leads the team in assists, but what she doesn't understand is that this Auburn team has great anticipation, and there's a lot more quickness in any opponents they played so far as a team with their team quickness and team defense, and Auburn is turning her over.
Etute with the offensive board and the putback. She's got 9 to lead the Ducks, and there's the steal. Ill-advised pass, Jacobs. A breakaway layup, and Oregon is back to within 8.
When you make that cross-court pass like Harris tried to attempt, so if I'm telling you, Brad, if I've got the ball, make sure you're behind me so I can reverse it to you. If you're even with me or in front of me, that's a turnover.
Another turnover. Auburn's turned it over on back-to-back trips down the floor. Long up with the left hand.
What was that?
Boy, the left-handed fall-away shot from Long off the glass, and Larry Vickers
shows that points off of turnovers. It's a big-time key for this team. Auburn has had the advantage in points off turnovers with 10, but here comes Oregon.
And that pressure to contain, slowing Auburn down back into the zone. I thought Auburn did a good job of adjusting to the zone in the second quarter after they struggled with it in the first. And we'll see now nearing the midpoint of the third quarter. Here's Petticord, baseline, jumper, out of the timeout. Auburn runs the offense they want. They get the shot they want from the baseline.
And how did they get the shot? On the first dribble?
Leading rebounder for the Ducks, who took the contact. Big battle between Etute and Coulibaly. Underneath, Etute, the spin, double team comes, but she got it up there anyway.
She does have a nice game at Etute in terms of catching, her footwork, her ability to touch.
Steal, Oregon, Fiso to the rack, and it's a 4-point game. All around the perimeter with 10 on the shot clock, stays there. Bayoso couldn't get her second 3 of the day to fall. Red hot in the second quarter. Bayoso with a season-high 10 points in that second. There's the drive. Jacobs blocked for the foul.
And being undefeated at this time, they find different areas to create point production.
Soraya Daniels in for Auburn, as you saw there. And Jacobs, a 94% shooter, now 29 of 31. She's also the top free throw shooter on the team in terms of attempts. She's got a dozen more attempts than anybody else.
After she makes contact.
Jackson nearly lost it. This Oregon defense has caused some problems here in the third quarter for Auburn. Soraya Daniels spinning, muscling it up with the right hand. Forced the shot there. And here comes Oregon. Another chance to tie or take the lead. Fiso all the way, left hand. We're tied. Got a 4-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. And they're going to hold. Shot clock at 5. Now the Tigers go in motion. Bayoso on the drive. High off the glass. No. And the loose ball to Oregon. And Fiso's shot is released too late. Wow. Well,
we talked about it being a 40-minute game. Who was going to be consistent 40 minutes? And right now, the energy and who has the motors and the energy to be successful the last 10 minutes.
Oregon opens up man-to-man defensively. They played about 50-50 zone.
They have
today.
Their man is a switching man, so you can't tell whether it's zone or not. But
there's Ariel Jackson on the drive and the score.
Well, Jackson, that's in terms of finding her game and coming back, taking that ball to the basket, was the first 2 points for her of the night. That's a big key for this Auburn team.
So it's the Tigers by 2. Oregon played a game sort of like this against St. Mary's, their first game in Frisco. The drive by long, it won't go, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by the Ducks is valuable. And points at a premium. It has been the defenses that have set the tone today. Both these teams average allowing under 53 points per game. Here's Lay with 2. A step through and finish. Connie Lay, awareness of the shot clock, and then good body control.
And a great head fake. Not a shot fake, but a head fake to get the defender off balance and knocks down the shot.
So it's Auburn by 4. They left Fiso open, and she knocked it down. 13 for Fiso.
Good defenses like Auburn has in Oregon. You never let the ball alone. And if for some reason the ball was left alone, and Oregon scored 2.
And they're in no hurry. Lay with the vision. Petticord gets a little closer and doesn't get the roll. Here come the Ducks. Etute, nobody stopping the ball, so she ties it up.
Great handle by Etute. Just stay under control, not go 100 miles an hour, but slow down and get under control, then able to score off the glass.
To the top, Duhan. Can she knock down another one? No, too strong. And here come the Ducks. A 2-on-1 for Oregon. To the basket. Bell had it blocked by Duhan out of bounds. My goodness. That'll bring the crowd to its feet here at Neville Arena. That was a 1-on-2 for Duhan. All right, Ducks have it, a chance to take their first lead since early second quarter. Fiso against Duhan. Up with the right hand and good. Fiso gives Oregon the lead. She's got 15.
Fiso countered Duhan's aggressiveness by having her come towards the ball and then taking a step and scoring on that layup.
Now the Tigers playing from behind. Into the corner, Petticord on the drive. Looked underneath for Duhan a little late in cutting to the basket, but she muscled it out of there and then wanted a call, but none came. So here comes Oregon. A 2-point lead for the Ducks as we approach the midpoint of the fourth quarter. This long road trip away from Eugene coming to an end today. Fiso feeling it. She's got 17. Ducks by 4.
Makes a smart move, stays under control with her dribble, then shoots over a smaller guard. And like you said, has 17 points right now.
Petticord step through, blocked shot. Size advantage for the Ducks. They're on the run. 3-on-1. Etute, left hand. It's good. A 6-point lead for Oregon, and Auburn needs timeout. Larry Vickers calling for the timeout. Ducks have come back and really, they claimed a 10-rebound advantage. It was 4.5 minutes away from the end of this one.
And Oregon is plus 12 in the paint, which is big numbers.
We'll see what the Tigers come up with after the timeout. This is Coulibaly with 5 to shoot. Into the corner, Duhan. Long pass, Jackson with 3. With the right hand and around it in. I don't know how that one rolled in. So a 4-point game with 4 minutes to go. Can Auburn find a stop? They got it. Fiso too strong. Duhan the rebound.
Fiso got the shot she wanted.
Yep.
Jackson threw one up, which she didn't want. But you can't score if you don't shoot it.
Now the Tigers again. This is Hadi Lay. Underneath, a beautiful cut to the basket, and the shot too strong for Harris. Oh, they got exactly the play they wanted. They drew the defender, but Harris too strong. Tigers fortunate to get another chance, and that one's tipped away. Auburn's 13th turnover of the ball game. See if the Ducks slow things down. No. Fiso open 3. Yes.
Jacob takes the ball, penetrates, draws the defense, kicks to Fiso in the corner.
Another 20-point game for Fiso. Coulibaly races to the bucket, pulls up and scores.
What a great step by Coulibaly. Her quickness to get in.
Jacobs against Duhan. Tahina back to Fiso. Pull-up jumper. Didn't get it. Now here come the Tigers. 2:20 in the ball game. A 2-possession game. Lay. The spin and the shot, and it's good. My word.
And put pressure. Well, Duhan right now is on Fiso.
Fiso back out there, so.
And with Duhan on the elite defender that Duhan is, it creates a situation where you have to protect that ball.
Something else to note, Coach, there have been no fouls called in this fourth quarter whatsoever. You can be aggressive. There's Fiso. She got it. What a shot by Fiso. 22. 90 seconds to go. That three too strong. Loose ball on the floor. Scramble. Tie up. It'll go to Oregon.
You still have to be the attacker. Auburn defensively, they're doing what they should. They're getting out here and pressuring and try to put them in a situation where they make a bad decision with the ball.
Underneath, Etute spins and couldn't get it. Still plenty of life for the Tigers. Under a minute to go. Two-possession game. Auburn led the majority of the second and third quarters. Here is Petticord. Too strong, and Oregon the rebound, the size on the inside. And now with 43 seconds to go and a two-possession. How aggressive does Auburn need to be? Larry Vickers starting to tell his team foul, foul.
Took a lot of time off that. Hit the whistle.
So we'll see what they do out of the timeout. They throw it away is what they do out of the timeout. 12 or 13 in the first quarter in very few cents. All right, Tigers have to get a bucket here this trip down the floor. The freshman Coulibaly triggers. Inside. Lay put it on the deck. Oh, she put it on the floor. And Etute comes out of there with it. Ducks fought back. And there's a pass knocked away, but a foul on Hadi Lay. Here's a strategy question for you. Okay. If you're Oregon, do you foul Auburn?
If I ever coach again,
two-possession game.
You're my top assistant on special situations. How they're playing with composure. A tight game, that they understand their roles.
There's Petticord. Does take the three and gets fouled. She gets fouled on the shot, and Auburn has a chance.
Yeah, there's no rhyme or reason for you to be in a position where you're going to try to block a three-point shot.
With two more.
Now, let me ask you this. What do you do on this shot? With the size you have, do you try to, or you're going to make the shot and defend?
I think you make the shot and defend.
Because you're right, because it's only a one-possession game now.
Right.
What's the screening action? What's the space?
It's Tahina to trigger. Fiso double-teamed. And in it comes to Fiso, and she is fouled. All right, Fiso at the line. To take it back to a two-possession game. She did.
Be under control. Sophia, but do not foul. Contain the ball, come up and pick up the ball. Auburn, you have to attack.
Coulibaly, air ball on the three, and it's out of bounds. That's going to be a long flight back to Eugene after a week away. But that's going to be a happy group of Ducks. But as Auburn does not foul, they will let Oregon go without another whistle. And Oregon outlasts Auburn. These two teams played on-brand basketball.